Hey, thanks for watching Brian Does Stuff, my self-indulgent segment where I tell you about projects I've got in the cooker. And today I'm excited to tell you about The Time Traveler's Child. This is a playbook for a game by William Lentz called The Time Traveler's Life. And it was one of my submissions to the One Page RPG Hackathon 2021, alongside my other submission, Demon Breakers. So what I wanted to tell you about this is, I guess first I need to talk about the time traveler's life. Let me first say that if you're into solo RPG games that are like journaling games, you should check this out. This actually isn't solo; it's a two-player game. So make sure you have somebody to play it with. It uses the second guess system, which is inspired by the Wretched and Alone system, but simplified to use a D20, so it's fewer prompts. But it has a cool mechanism where if you roll the same prompt again, then that prompt, like what you know about that prompt, is altered in some way. There are a number of games by William Lentz and others in this system. There was a second guess jam as well, so there's a number of those games in existence as well. So I'm gonna jump into this. This is come buy the game. If any of the stuff I'm talking about in this video interests you, buy the game. It's only $3. You can enjoy it with just two players, and you know, yeah. So basically, the way it works is there's two playbooks. There's a significant other and a time traveler. And I'm not going to show you all the prompts because it's not my game. I don't really have the right to do that. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to kind of push the boundary a little bit and show you kind of like at a high level how it works. So this over here is the significant other playbook, and you're tracking your age, not like an exact number, but like a stat representing age, while your time traveler partner is tracking time and tragedy. And the way it works is when you get certain prompts, when you roll against this table over here that I'm not going to show you, which is a D20 table, some of the prompts will tell you to add to your age. And anytime you add to your age, you roll a D6. And excuse me, if you roll at or above your current age, then you're safe. And if you roll below it, then you die basically of old age, right? On the other side, the time traveler, some of the significant others prompts interact with your stats, and some of your own prompts interact with your stats. But basically, there's tragedy, which works very similarly to age. You add to tragedy, you roll the d6. If it's above, then you die from the effects of time travel. Time represents like how far apart from your significant other you are, right? If that makes sense, like when they're young, how are you the same age, or are you a lot older, or that sort of thing, right? So that's it. It's basically taking turns rolling on your prompts and affecting these stats and just telling the story, right? That is the Time Traveler's Life. Two-player game, journaling style, really cool. Definitely recommend it, and you should check it out. Now, one of the premises, just to make sure you understand, is that Time Traveler is not in control of their time travel ability, right? They're sort of falling through time. And so that takes me to my submission to the One Page RPG Hackathon 2021, which is The Time Traveler's Child, a playbook for the Time Traveler's Life. So what I've done here is instead of moments, which are the way that it's like each turn is called a moment, I've added the concept of rounds around that. And at the beginning of each round, all players are going to roll a d6. And the child is checking to see if their D6 matches the value of either of their parents' D6. And if it does, then they're not going to have a turn that round. And instead, they're going to role play the same moment at the same time as the parent that matched. Because the overall premise here is this. One of your parents suffered from a mysterious ailment where they would uncontrollably become detached from time. They ultimately succumbed to the dangers of time travel and died tragically, but not before having a child, you. Now, scientific progress has demystified the rare disease now known as Solutus Tempus, and a cure is available. Through research, it's also now possible for those suffering from the illness to take small items with them on jumps. So you hatched a plan to give your parents an impossible gift, a life lived together in the same direction. You've infected yourself with Solutus Tempus and have 4 doses of the cure. You'll fall through time, hoping to land in the same moment as your time-afflicted parent, cure them, and return safely to your present to cure yourself. This is your story. So that's the concept of the Time Traveler's Child. So you roll that D6, all of you and your parents roll the D6. You live a moment with your parents, or if there's no match, you roll your D20. You have your own turn, and you roll your own moment, right? You have 2 stats, distortion and dose. So you start with 0 and distortion. Each time you land in a moment with a parent, you're mucking up the timeline a little. So you increase distortion value by 1. And it's the same thing. You roll your D6. If you roll equal to or above, you're good. If you roll under, I need to fix that. It's supposed to be the opposite. No, this is right. Okay, sorry. If you roll under, then yeah, you've erased yourself from the timeline. Back to the Future style. Dose. You start with 4 doses of the cure. And here's the trick. Remember that time value? When you administer the dose to your parent, your time-afflicted parent, while they have a time value of 0, you've cured them and you've set everything right. Then you can go back to your present, hopefully safely, and cure yourself. Woohoo! You've basically won the game. You'll continue to play out the game, I guess, but you've basically won the game. Now, if their time value is not 0, then all you're doing with your dose is moving them 1 closer to 0, whether that's from -1 to 0 or from +2 to 1, right? That sort of thing. So there's a chance that you can run out of dose before making it home safely. You might be presented with some tough choices here, like, I can go ahead and cure my afflicted parent, but it means using the last dose, and I'll be stuck, moving through time like this. So there it is. That is The Time Traveler's Child, a playbook for the Time Traveler's life. I hope you'll consider getting The Time Traveler's Life by Gamenomicon, William Lentz, and picking up The Time Traveler's Child. Right now, I've got it on 100% off, so it's free, and there are some community copies as well, so you could pick it up for free, and then pay the $3 for The Time Traveler's Life. Yeah. This is not really extensively play tested at this point, so if you don't like being a guinea pig, go play something else that's well play tested. If you're open to providing feedback, or just commenting on the page to let me know your experiences, we can improve this game together and make it something really cool. Yeah, thanks for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful week and get some time over the holiday season to play some RPGs with people you love playing with. Have a good one. Bye.